Many wars take place in the insect kingdom. Some are one-sided, while others are brutal and bloody. Have you ever seen a carnivorous caterpillar in action? Did you know that even caterpillars fight each other? If you want to see some mind-boggling insect battles, keep watching as we count down 15 crazy fighting moments in the insect kingdom. Number 15. Black scorpion versus crab. Watch how this black scorpion reacts after being attacked by this Halloween crab. Both creatures are equipped with a sturdy armor that protects them. You can see how the scorpion goes on the offensive and attacks the crab repeatedly. The two pugilists seem evenly matched. Another matchup between a black scorpion and a Halloween crab. The crab walks along the glass of the aquarium and overlooks the scorpion. The crab is much bigger than the scorpion, but the scorpion stands its ground and kills the crab. These two lock pincers and go at it. The fight becomes violent as both creatures try to overpower each other. The crab flips the scorpion over, but the scorpion gets back up. The crab gets the scorpion's stinger with his pincers and tries to cut it off, and when it does, the scorpion is history. Another wrestling match between a crab and a scorpion. This one is evenly matched, and after a lot of pushing and shoving, there's no clear winner. This battle is crazy and wild as the crab tries to overpower the black scorpion by jumping on it. The scorpion moves away from the crab and rethinks his strategy.
The Fanatic brings you all the best content you want to see when it comes to the animal kingdom. If you want to see the latest confrontations between animals and the best animal videos, please subscribe now. We post new videos every day for your entertainment.
Number 14. Bug versus caterpillar. Unlike many stink bug species in agricultural settings, spine soldier bugs are beneficial natural enemies rather than pests. They eat a wide range of pests, but caterpillars and beetle larvae are particularly dangerous to them. A tomato hornworm is being killed by this assassin bug. This is an example of a beneficial garden bug attacking a dangerous caterpillar that will strip your tomato plants in a matter of days. When you don't use pesticides in your organic garden, you can easily collect beneficial bugs. A silver-spotted skipper caterpillar is being attacked by a wheel bug nymph. Assassin bugs are sort of wheel bug. They inject venom into the target's body with their beak-like mouth parts, immobilizing the animal before eating its bodily fluids. Although the silver-spotted skipper eats soybeans, it rarely causes serious damage. This predatory stink bug sucks this lug caterpillar dry, and there's nothing the caterpillar can do about it. These Florida predatory stink bugs are there to kill these caterpillars, since the caterpillars are pests, and without the stink bugs there, the caterpillars could kill this tree. This caterpillar flings this beetle attacker into the air. They tested the two creatures 25 times, and the caterpillar always came out on top. Number 13. Carpenter ants. This small red ant is rather tiny compared to this large carpenter ant, but it climbs on top of its enemy and battles fearlessly. There are other caterpillar ants around, but this red ant is focused just on this one, and the fight goes on. These ants are not getting along, and they're engaged in a wicked fight. In their world, it's like two lions fighting in the bush. Two red ants gang up on one ant and are trying to kill it. The large carpenter ant is in red ant territory, and it's looking for trouble. The carpenter ant seems to be on a rampage, going from red ant to red ant and striking one after the other. The size difference is incredible. These two ants are engaged in a fierce battle. The representative of the carpenter ant colony is trying to get rid of the area of the other ants. Another territorial dispute between ants. There is more action in these small worlds than there is in the bush. These ants are constantly on the warpath. Number 12. Beetles versus scorpion. The warrior beetle is a predatory beetle with powerful jaws and nearly impenetrable flexible armor. It's a force to be reckoned with. The exoskeleton overlaps at the joints, preventing scorpions from piercing through it. Other beetles are a common food item for scorpions, but scorpions are the warrior beetle's main meal. This scorpion was fed the stag beetle, but the prey was too powerful for the predator, and the scorpion was slain by the stag beetle. During a skirmish, this scorpion flips this rhinoceros beetle over. The beetle appears to be in distress for a few seconds before flipping back on its legs. The beetle flips on its back every time it gets close to the scorpion for whatever reason. On the battlefield, Scorpions and beetles frequently collide, and combat between the two can go either way. This video portrays the intense fighting between these two at times. They appear to be engrossed and unwilling to let go. In this case, it appears like the beetle has the upper hand. Another combat between a scorpion and a beetle takes place. Which of these two criminals will emerge victorious? Number 11. Caterpillar hunter beetle. Here's an adult caterpillar hunting beetle, and he's eating a juvenile cricket. This species is quite easy to raise in captivity and is believed to reproduce readily. Similarly, if disturbed, this is a hungry species that may bite and release foul scents. This caterpillar hunting beetle rages on a wolf spider, and it shows no mercy for the arachnid. This is a warrior beetle, and it's considered a universal warrior. This is an incredibly active creature and is very similar to a giant tiger beetle with a cooler personality and a longer lifespan. It is equipped with great eyesight and is extremely curious. It looks up at you when you're watching it. It does some burrowing and will eat mealworms that are under the soil. In this video, it takes this cricket for the ride of a lifetime. Here is a nice healthy meal served on a silver platter to this bug, courtesy of the chef, and it's on the house. Number 10. Praying mantis versus lizard. When you look at our thumbnail and ask yourself if the praying mantis can really devour a frog this way, you better believe it. The thumbnail only shows the beginning of an assault because the mantis will eat right through this frog until there is nothing left. This lizard is aware of the praying mantis's hunting skills, but it also knows it needs to fight if it hopes to stay alive. So the lizard takes it to the insect and attacks it, instead of waiting for the mantis to attack. And I must say, the fight is quite evenly matched. Lizards are another favorite victim of the praying mantis, and this one is in serious trouble. Observe the praying mantis as it surgically bites its face. The lizard attempts to break free for a moment, but the mantis attacks relentlessly, munching away at the lizard's brain until it is completely gone. This mantis tries to read this lizard's mind, but the lizard isn't interested because it knows how dangerous the mantis is. The mantis uses its raptorial legs to hold the lizard down and begins chewing on its side. The lizard is alive but immobile. It was over before it even got started. Holding this lizard with its raptorial legs, this mantis slowly eats through its back while it's still alive. The lizard is in shock and has no clue what to do. Number 9. Crickets fighting. These two crickets are involved in a wrestling match to the death. They engage and try to injure one another. Once in a while, they take a break, only to re-engage again. I guess these fights last a long time. Despite the diminutive size of its combatants, cricket fighting is a wonderful yet tense spectator sport. Cricket fighting has a lot in common with boxing and wrestling. Cricket fighting is a recreational and gambling activity that involves male crickets fighting each other. In China, it is a popular activity. The crickets assess each other like wrestlers before engaging in a battle of power and wits. Like Spartan soldiers, they tackle, escape, break apart, and scream their rage. The difference is that no matter how vicious or violent a fight between two crickets is, it never results in bloodshed. It's difficult to fathom how vicious a struggle between two little insects could be, but their jaws are powerful. Experts scan the market for the biggest and meanest creatures to fill up on in preparation for the big fights. Because crickets only survive for 100 days, the life of a gladiator will be all they know for many of them. The bugs are well trained, and the battles are treated seriously with a lot of money depending on the outcome. Diet, weight, and even sex drive are all factors considered. Number 8. Black Widow versus Scorpion. This Black Widow is all over the scorpion, and after a tense battle, I'm not sure if it's alive or dead. The scorpion stinger appears to have been injured by the Black Widow, and the scorpion remained motionless as a result. This Arizona bark scorpion is defending itself from a Black Widow spider. The widow is also interested in the scorpion's offspring. When the widow has neutralized the scorpion, it snatches the babies and wraps them up in the same way the scorpion was wrapped up. It will be time to eat soon. This desert hairy scorpion faces off against a Black Widow spider, and while the two combatants spar, it's the scorpion that delivers the fatal blow. This scorpion comes close to stinging this Black Widow, but the spider is unpredictable and moves swiftly. When the scorpion catches it, it stings it and injects its venom into it, which appears to knock the spider out cold. The scorpion then devours the spider. At very least, she won't be a widow any longer. This scorpion is trapped with 3 Black Widow spiders in a small space. One of the spiders has been knocked out, and another is attempting to climb out of there. But one widow is so desperate for a husband, she won't stop until she has found one, and she does. Never underestimate the power of a woman. Number 7. Fruit flies fighting. Fruit flies are probably the flies that disgust me the most. When I see them flying around my fruits, I just lose it. They're so tiny, so this video is obviously magnified, and when you see them up close like this, they almost look like regular flies. They're used to figuring out how human diseases work. They have about the same number of genes as humans, but they're a simpler version of us, and scientists learn a lot about cancer, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's because of fruit flies. This fruit fly wants to be the biggest and meanest fruit fly on the block, and when another fruit fly challenges it, they go at it. It doesn't take long before one of the combatants is thrown off the fighting platform. Watching a couple of fruit flies wrestle is great to get someone going before they begin their day. Number 6. Spider versus cockroach. This spider has found a nice and healthy cockroach, and it's doing a few 360s over the victim's body. I guess it's dancing to celebrate the cockroach's death, and now it's getting ready to eat it. This small spider wanted to eat this guy's scorpion, so it gave the spider a cockroach instead. The spider's not big, but it's nuts and tackles this much bigger cockroach and kills it without a problem. The cockroach tried to save itself, but it wasn't able to. The next day, the cockroach was found dead on the table, so the spider didn't even kill it for food. It just killed it for fun. This spider has cornered a cockroach, and the roach is desperately trying to get out of its hold. But the spider is big and strong, and it's not going to let that happen. The cockroach is taking his last breath. This camel spider sees a nice-looking cockroach and decides to take a bite. When it realizes how good it tastes, the spider goes in for a little more and a little more. Cockroaches are not lucky when they meet spiders. The arachnids are deadly hunters, and when they get a grip of a cockroach, it usually means death. This spider has pinned this roach, and it's biting right through it. Number 5. Caterpillar versus wasp/hornets. This poor caterpillar is trying to escape the grip of this wasp, but the wasp seems to be too powerful. At some point, the wasp takes off, so I'm guessing that green goo popping out of the caterpillar's body must have something to do with it. Once this wasp disables and preps these caterpillars, it begins to eat one. I guess they are a good source of protein. This hornet is all over this caterpillar, but the caterpillar is trying to defend itself. After a long scuffle, believe it or not, the caterpillar's perseverance helps and it gets out of its mess and crawls away. This large hornet is on top of a caterpillar, but this time I don't see the caterpillar getting out of this. The hornet is in control, and it is checkmate. This parasitic wasp lays its eggs within other creatures. The tiny larvae gnaw their way out of the host when the eggs hatch. Wasps, both large and small, hoverflies, ladybugs, caterpillars, and lacewings are all possibilities. You can see the eggs hatch in this video. So if you haven't seen the movie Alien, this is the real deal. This is quite disgusting if you ask me. Number 4. Tarantula hawk versus tarantula. To guarantee its larvae have a fair chance of survival, the spider wasp adopts a brutal method of laying only one egg. The spider wasp gets its name from its large stinger, which has a characteristic red thorax which paralyzes arachnids. The spider is consequently transported into the wasp's nest, where one egg is placed in the still alive abdomen of the spider, which acts as a host for the young. The wasp larvae will then feed on the insides of the spider until the adult wasp emerges. This tarantula comes face to face with the wasp. In this basic and fundamental conflict, both creatures can ensure the survival of their species. The wasp has a paralyzing sting, while the tarantula has a fatal bite, brute bulk, and strength. Therefore, the enormous spider has the upper hand. The spider attacks first, causing the afflicted wasp to eat up the sand, but the spider fails to follow up, resulting in a mischance and a deadly error. The wasp recovers during this little reprieve, and now it is on its way to the spider's one susceptible spot, its abdomen. The turning point happens when the wasp abruptly changes tactics and thrusts home flat on its back. It keeps scoring, and its venom starts to take its toll. The sleepy giant is nearly powerless at this point, but the wasp is a monster preoccupied with its prey, and now it must drag it back to its nest. Tarantulas are well-known spiders that inspire fear among arachnophobes all around the world. When these enormous, hairy spiders meet face-to-face with a tarantula hawk, however, they experience a terrible nightmare that makes this widespread dread seem like a cute, sweet dream. Here is another spider wasp ready to strike a tarantula, and it doesn't take the wasp much time to deliver the deadly blow. The wasp is once again victorious. In this video, you can see a tarantula hawk in action. It has already stung this tarantula and is now carrying it back to its brood chamber to lay an egg that will hatch into a larva that will eat this tarantula while it is paralyzed. It's terrible, and it makes you feel sorry for the tarantula. Number 3. Centipede versus tarantula. Territories are shared by both tarantulas and large tropical centipedes. This 10-inch specimen follows the same pattern. It is a swift navigator that spends most of its time searching the ground for food despite its size. Centipedes are among the planet's oldest land animals. These prehistoric organisms have been alive for 400 million years, and some of them are extremely venomous. Even tarantulas can be ambushed by the centipede, who is a predator. The centipede grabs the spider and uses all its strength to drive its fangs deep inside. The centipede, like the tarantula it is suffocating, has 2 curved hollow fangs that inject paralyzing venom. Everything the centipede can discover, it consumes. After the centipede is finished, only a few spider bits and components will remain. Because they don't have much room, this centipede and the spider have no choice but to battle. Although it's impossible to proclaim a clear winner, it appears like the centipede has gained the upper hand over the spider. What happens if a venomous tarantula collides with a giant Vietnamese centipede? The centipede appears to be the aggressor and immediately launches an attack. The centipede is stung by the spider, which climbs up the aquarium's glass. The centipede has a chance to catch the spider in its web. When the centipede bites the spider in the leg, the spider climbs up the aquarium glass one more time. Another centipede is trapped in a container with the spider, and it appears the spider has won this time, until a second centipede is airdropped into the ring. The centipedes are teaming up with the spider, and it appears to be working. Number 2. Wasp versus cockroach. A fascinating creature inhabits the African savanna. This is the diamond cockroach wasp, and she's looking for a cockroach. Because the roach is so close, she approaches it with caution. She stings it again after getting close enough. The roach's front legs are paralyzed with the first sting. She administers the insect's second sting right into this brain. However, the roach is not killed. It's also not immobilized. The roach's escape response is simply disabled by the wasp poison. She searches for the roaches for the perfect spot to put her eggs and then lays it. She doesn't eat the roach, but her kids do. She now must safeguard her capital. Twigs and rocks are used to gently close the burrow. The roach is still inside the burrow. The egg will be ready to hatch soon. As a grub, the bug will dig into the cockroach's body and consume its internal organs in the order listed, most likely to keep the cockroach alive for as long as possible. Cockroaches are a source of live fresh food for the parasitoid jewel wasp offering. The wasp injects venom directly into the cockroach's brain to control the cockroach's behavior. This video depicts the life cycle of this amazing predator, culminating in the cockroach's protracted and painful death. As this jewel wasp chases a cockroach all over the place, it reminds me of a scene from an action film. It transports the cockroach into a more secluded location after injecting its stabilizer, where it will most likely deposit its egg. These two are going out on a date, and even though they just met, they are already holding hands. The wasp lets go once they get up the wall to check out what's over the wall, and then goes back, and the two lovebirds keep going. I don't know where these two are going, but it's extremely romantic. These two are not quite getting along, and they seem to be having a disagreement about something. I'm not sure what it is, but the wasp seems particularly upset. Number 1. Caterpillar fighting. I didn't know caterpillars fought, but because of the scarcity of food on this millwheat stalk, these two monarch caterpillars engage in a territorial battle, repeatedly striking each other. 2 more caterpillars fighting for food. It looks like there's plenty of food for the both of them, but I guess even caterpillars are greedy and don't want to share. These 2 caterpillars meet and have an argument, so much so the guy filming had to cut the video short so he could separate them. Wow, a guy prevents 2 caterpillars from fighting. These fuzzy little caterpillars chase each other on this cable. At first, I thought it was a huge banana, but after taking a second look, I'm pretty sure it's some type of cable. Nevertheless, these caterpillars are on the run. From what? I have no clue. What a world, this world of insects. My favorite has to be these caterpillars fighting each other. Which one did you prefer? Why don't you let us know in the comment section below? So, there you have it. our countdown of 15 crazy fighting moments in the insect kingdom. Please leave us a like and let us know what you think in the comments if you appreciated this video. Check out our other videos and join in the fun by subscribing. To see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded, click the notification icon. For the time being, that's all there is to it.